Alright guys, welcome back to the Fighter's Eye podcast. Today I'm going to be breaking down every single fight on UFC China, Walker versus Zhang. Card starts at 3 a.m. in the morning for me. I'm EST. So I'm pulling an all-nighter because I'm going to stream it for y'all because I'm the best content creator when it comes to MMA. So you guys are welcome. But yeah, we're going to be breaking down every single fight on the card, and I'm going to give you my honest breakdown and prediction. I'm not going to do bias or favoritism. I'm going to keep it 100%. So yeah, let's get into it. This ad will get off my screen. There we go. First fight. Dayar Nurgozai versus Yoran Sadibaldiev. Um, both have had one fight in the UFC. Yoran Sadibaldiev came in short notice, up a weight class at heavyweight. Fought Martin Bodai, who was like one of the actually a really good heavyweight in the UFC. He got cut, even though he was 7-1 with promotions. He was boring, so he got cut. But Yoran lost to Martin Budai in a fun fight. I watched that fight. I actually watched it back today. It's actually a pretty good scrap. I know people say Martin Budai is boring. The fight was fun. There was some wrestling. There was some holding against the cage at some points, but for the most part, it was a scrap. A lot of body shots, good leg kicks, and Yoran took the loss, but he looked really good. Up a weight class on like a week's notice, not even. I believe Martin Budai's like opponent put out on fight week. Yoran came in, put on a war. I do believe he actually got fight of the night, so it was a good fight. But he's fighting Dayar Nurgazai, so he came in undefeated, big favorite over Brenson Ribeiro earlier this year, and he looked horrible. And I also believe he came in overweight, so he looked bad, really bad. He gassed out, and I'm not even gonna lie on him. He got Kimura. The Kimura wasn't in. It was not tappable. It like wasn't even wrenched. He tapped. He got too tired and he quit. So and then Brendan Ribeiro got brutally KO'd in his next fight because he's not good. So that's that. But Nurgozai does this thing. He has like a problem with the eye or like a habit where every 5 seconds he'll like scrape his eye with it like his entire hand like mid fight. Like they'll literally be at range in the clinch. It's the weirdest thing to me. Don't understand it. I'm picking your and Sadie Baldia, bro. I don't think I will ever pick Nurgazai to win a fight. Never in my life, unless he's fighting Junior Tafa or like Ibo Aslan, or even then I'd probably pick Ibo Aslan. But like, yeah, Yoran is a -300 favorite. I don't know if he should be that big. They're both 0-1 in the UFC. Yoran came in at 9-0. Now he's 9-1. He took a loss. Nurgazai came in at 10-0. He took a loss. He's 10-1 now. But yeah, yeah, literally Nurgozai came in 5 pounds heavy for his debut. That's embarrassing. And Yoran has a 5-inch reach advantage, and he's 2 inches taller. Um, and I just think he's better. Like I think his striking's better. I think his grappling's better. I think his cardio's better. I think his fight IQ is a million times better. I don't like insulting UFC fighters, but when you do dumb things, and you do dumb things where it's so obvious, I'm gonna call you dumb. Nurgazai is a dumb fighter. He's from what's it called? Kyrgyzstan, I think. I forget what it's called, but where Shavkat Rakhmonov is from. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. He's from there. Definitely the worst guy from there in the UFC. And honestly, he might get cut after this. I'm gonna pick Yoran Sadi Baldiev by. I'm tempted to go TKO. I'm gonna go TKO round 2 or 3. I think Nurgazai will start sharp. I think he'll stick that jab, stick some calf kicks. I actually think he'll look quite decent because in his regionals, I mean, contender series, he got a damn head kick KO and followed up with some nasty ground and pound. He has a lot of finishes. I believe all his wins are by finish. I'm not. No, they're not. What the heck? He has 2 wins by decision. But yeah, he got a nasty head kick into the ground and pound on the contender series. He knocked out the guy before that. He has some good knockout power and some good head kicks. I just don't. I think he's one of those guys where he'll do really good on the regionals, but if you put him in the UFC, he's not gonna do good at all. And I think Yoran Sadi Baldia has some alright potential. He's from I forget what it's called. Yeah, I forget what this flag is called, but I'm pretty sure he's like around from the same area as Fiziev. Um, so that's cool. Oh, Cruz is in. Yeah, I don't know how the hell to say it. But yeah, he's from there. He's pretty good. Went 3-0 in LFA. Was on a 2-fight finishing streak before coming to the UFC. Was meant to fight Rafael Sequeira. He would have killed him. But yeah, yeah, I just think this is a long breakdown. But yeah, I just think Yorin Saudi Baldiev's way better. I actually think he has some alright potential. You give him like some time to warm up in the UFC. Maybe he beat someone like an Alonzo Metafield or like Umar Sy eventually. Who knows? But yeah, again, kind of low level fight right now. But give me Yorin Saudi Baldiev by TKO round 3. I'll say. Next fight. Jeez, that was a long breakdown. You know what? This next fight I'm kind of interested in. Long Xiao versus Su Young Yu. Su Young Yu is a favorite. I agree. He's coming off a good decision win over AJ Cunningham, but he should have finished him. Should have finished him in round 1 or 2. AJ Cunningham is not hard to finish. So that, excuse me, that makes me think he doesn't have a lot of finishing potential. Came off the roads to the UFC China thing. Did pretty damn good. Actually won the season. Got a decision. So 2-0 in the UFC with 2 decision wins. Fighting Long Zhao. I believe he's 1-1 in the UFC. He is. Oh, some random ad popped up on my screen. There we go. We're back. He lost to Chang Ho Lee by split decision. Not a bad loss. Chang Ho Lee just dominated Cortemius Romius. Looked really good. So that's actually not a bad loss at all. And then he came in and KO'd Quang Lee. Quang Lee, I believe, also just like dominated somebody. It was Gaston Bolaños. Yeah, that was on the Sanhagen Figueiredo card. So forget where that was. But yeah. So Quang Lee is not a bad win for your only win in the UFC. I mean, it's actually quite not. Like, it's better than AJ Cunningham. I rate a win over Quang Lee, and you knocked him out. I rate that win way more than a decision win over AJ Cunningham. No disrespect to AJ Cunningham. You is 15-3. Long Zhao is 27-9. So he has some good experience for only 27. He's the underdog, and I'm gonna go Long Zhao. I was tempted to go with Su Young Yu because he definitely has better grappling and some better fight IQ, but it just Zhao has a 5-inch reach advantage, and he's 2 inches taller, and he's younger. And it's just Su Young-woo's impressed me with the fact that he's dominant on the ground and he has good cardio and great fight IQ. For a dude that's 28, he has amazing fight IQ, and he actually follows the game plan pretty damn good. Like if you like watch, obviously his corner doesn't speak English, like because they're it's not their native language, so they're gonna speak the native language for the best understanding of the corner. But like if you sit back and you just see the facial expressions and like how the corner's moving when talking to him, it's like okay, they're pleased with his work. And Long Zhao could honestly maybe get knocked out. He is wild. He throws hooks like this all the way out like that, and that's a problem. He's really reckless. Runs in with his chin in the air. So maybe Su Young Yu's able to catch him with a knee up the middle or like a shot down the pipe or gas him out with takedowns and work him against the clinch. But I actually like Long Zhao in here. I like Long Zhao here. I think this craziness is gonna throw Su Young Yu off because he's fought 2 technical dudes. AJ Cunningham is not crazy. He's technical, but he's not good technically. And the bro he fought before this, I actually do not know how to say your name. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. I'm gonna butcher it. The dude he fought before that has already lost twice since then. He's not that good. I don't rate that win at all. So I think Long Zhao has fought the better competition and he has the way more experience. So give me Long Zhao. I'm gonna say decision. I don't think he's going to KO Su Young Yu, but I think he's gonna shut down Su Young Yu's game plan because if you watch past Su Young Yu fights, it doesn't happen often because his grappling is really good and his fight IQ. But when his opponents walk forward on him, it kind of Su Young Yu's like, oh, I don't like this. Oh, I need to throw something off. And if he can't throw Long Zhao off, and Long Zhao can walk forward these crazy hooks, throws these front kicks to the body, I don't think Su Young Yu's gonna handle it good at all. So yeah, give me Long Zhao. I actually think this fight will actually be a scrap. This is one of the few fights I'm like, ooh, okay, this is interesting for. So yeah, give me Long Zhao. Next fight, Yiza versus Weston Wilson. Um, love Weston Wilson. He was on the channel. Super humble dude. Has great teammates in Stephen Thompson, especially for striking. He's 17-9, coming off a submission win over Jekka Sergi, over a year ago though. So that's the problem with that. He's 1-2 in the UFC. Got KO'd by Brito and got KO'd by Jean Silva. No shame in those losses at all. You know what I mean? No shame at all. Those are two top guys. But Young Zhao has had more MMA experience. They've had similar, but Young Zhao's 25-5, better record, obviously. He's submitted a lot of people. His last fight against his last fight against Gabriel Santos a little less than a year ago was a war. This is one of the few fights, a prelim fight, that I'm like, oh wow, that could have been on a main card and people would have been going crazy in a crowded arena. Him and Gabriel Santos put on such a scrap, and Yuzhou lost that fight 3 rounds to 0 on all scorecards. He definitely did get dominated, but it wasn't like, oh, he's getting beat up really bad. Oh, he's losing everywhere. He had some success in the clinch. He definitely did tag Gabriel Santos on the chin a couple times, and he's a 15-1 favorite here. Minus 1,500 is insane. I wish I could pick Weston Wilson. I can't though. Gotta go Yiza. Gotta go Yiza. I'm gonna go because Yiza's 28 and Weston Wilson's 36. But he's also 6 inches tall. Jeez. He's 6 inches taller and has a 2-inch reach advantage. So that's in Weston Wilson's favor. But he's almost 37. And Young's Yuza's almost 29. Like that's a big age difference. Yuza's not bad at all. He hits pretty hard. Grappling's pretty good. Submissions are obviously good. He's got a lot of submission wins. I think like 56% come by submission. If I Yeah, 56% of his wins come by submission. So he definitely is a submission artist. Yeah, went 14-1 in the WLF. WLF promotion. So that promotion's not that good, but still, 14-1 is crazy. Gotta go Yiza. I'll go Yiza by TKO. Actually, I'm gonna go Yiza by submission in round 1 or 2. Weston isn't durable. He's really long. He's really lengthy and rangy, which could work. Maybe the game plan is just shoot jabs, shoot teeps, pivot off, kind of like what Wonderboy does. Just pivot off, slide, shoot 1-2, shoot some counter shots to the body. Stay heavy with the leg kicks, and maybe that could work against Yiza, who is shorter and has a reach disadvantage. But it's only 2 inch reach advantage. That's not that bad. And uh, Weston Wilson's mainly a grappler, and his striking is not that good. I gotta be honest. I think Yiza definitely holds his striking. The advantage in striking, like just wrestling, I think it's even. But submissions, I would also lean Yiza. Experience, Yiza. Youth, Yiza. But the height and the range go to Weston Wilson. And Yiza's been more active, so that's that. I know Weston Wilson was trying to get a fight. He couldn't for the Atlanta card, but still. Yeah, I'm gonna go Yiza by submission, round 1 or 2. I could see it being a club and sub thing. Yiza lands a big shot on the chin, Weston drops, and Yiza's able to pass the guard and get an arm triangle, or Weston tries scrambling, gets caught in a guillotine, something like that. I hope Weston Wilson wins though. He's super nice. Had an interview, one of my favorite interviews I've done. Super nice guy. So yeah, I just gotta go Yiza. I gotta be honest. So yeah, next fight, Michel Pereira versus Kyle Dawkins. Kind of wishes is on the main card. Michel Pereira's right outside the top 15 at middleweight, but on the prelims. Michel Pereira was meant to fight Marcio Tulio. Would have picked Tulio by KO, but he's fighting Kyle Dawkins, who was in the UFC. Didn't start. Never really did good though. He went 2-4 in the UFC, and he was meant to fight. Or not meant to fight. He fought Eric Anders in his last one and got knocked out, which eh. And then he went back to the regional scene and starts submission, decision, submission, decision. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Submission, TKO. So he's on a 5-fight win streak. I believe that is his. Yeah, that's a 5-fight win streak. Won the CFF. I believe the CFFC title. But he's fighting Michel Pereira, and it's on short notice. I'm picking Michel Pereira by KO, round 1. Um, I don't like what Michel Pereira's been doing recently though. That's the one thing. Before the Anthony Hernandez fight last October, he's out here rear naked choking Michel Pereira or Michel Jacek out cold, sleeping Andre Petrovsky, choking out Ihor Putiera, who isn't even that good of a one, but still, you know, being in Santiago Ponzinibbio, being crazy, doing backflips, all that good stuff. And then once he lost to Anthony Hernandez, he did pretty good. He almost knocked Anthony Hernandez out in that first round. Unfortunately, got taken down and beaten in Eventually, in round 5, he got stopped, and then his last fight against a Boost in Kansas City on the Ian Garrity versus Protez card, he looked horrible. Fight was horrible. Him in a Boost looked horrible. A Boost got the win. I think that was the right win. I just think he did more and he was more active. But Michelle barely threw anything. Barely at all. Didn't really throw much. Didn't do, I don't know what the game plan was. Didn't do anything. So he lost. But this is a winnable fight. Michel Pereira needs to knock out Kyle Dawkins. If he brings Kyle Dawkins to the decision, it's time we start thinking, it was Michel Pereira ever that good? Is he just washed nowadays? And I don't think so. He's only 31. Kyle Dawkins is 32. He's older. Um, but Dawkins is taller and has a reach advantage. And he's definitely, he was meant to fight next week, I believe. But so yeah, they would have fought around the same time anyway. His last fight was over a year ago though. June 14th, 2024 was his last fight. He was meant to fight on June 6th. It got canceled. And now he's fighting Michel Pereira, which is kind of weird that he's been calling for the UFC after not fighting for over a year. Guys wish, and I think he's going to get KO'd. I'm picking Michel Pereira by KO, like a flying knee, something crazy. I think the flying knee's there. Kyle Dawkins wants to wrestle you. He wants to work in the clinch. If Michel Pereira can time it, shoot that flying knee up the middle when he shoots that takedown. And Kyle Dawkins is not durable. He has a bad chin. We've all seen it. The thing with Roman Dolidze, the thing with Eric Anders. He's been knocked out pretty cleanly. And this is just another one of those situations. So yeah, I think this is gonna be the Michel Pereira. He might even be able to submit him. Kyle Dawkins shoots a takedown, latch up the guillotine. Dawkins has been submitted before, I do believe. So yeah. No, he's not. Never mind. Well, I think Michel Pereira's submissions are good enough. Like for Kyle Dawkins, it's to win a decision. That's the only way he's winning. He's not submitting, and he's definitely not knocking out Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira can knock him out. He can submit him, and he could win a decision. So I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna go Michel Pereira by KO round 1, flying knee, a knee up the middle, something like that. Next fight, Rong Zhu versus Austin Hubbard. Um, Austin Hubbard gets a lot of hate, but the losses aren't that bad. They're not really. I mean, they kind of are, but not really. Like Marco Maderos. Um, he's an up and comer at lightweight, not that bad. Alexander Hernandez isn't a bad loss, especially by a split decision. And Markel Maderos, the loss was by split. Alexander Hernandez just KO'd Chase Super in round 1. And Triangle choked the Kurt Hallball. Getting submitted is a bad look, but yeah. This is his second stint in the UFC. He's not having a good one. He's fighting a tough test here in Rongzhou, who fought Chris Padilla, got injured, he got hit with the nastiest elbow. Didn't get knocked out, but his eyes swelled up. Doctor stoppage. He comes back in February, fights Cody Steele, who's a great grappler, has pretty good hands, was a big underdog, and it was a fight of the year contender. An amazing fight, and Rongzhou beat him up. Body shots, headshots. He stopped pretty much damn near all the takedowns and just beat him up on the feet, outclassed him, and won a decision. It was a great performance. I've actually been excited to see Rongzhou back. The original rumor was Rongzhou versus Drew Dober, which I was like, oh man, that's gonna be a fun one. It's Austin Hubbard, and I'm gonna go Rongzhou by TKO. Um, I think Austin Hubbard he's more durable than people give him credit for, but his gas tank isn't the best, and his striking definitely isn't the best. And to beat Rongzhou, you need to be good everywhere, and you need to have great head movement. And it's something Austin Hubbard just doesn't have, his head movement, and it's not gonna work out good for him. Um, I think Rongzhou's gonna rip him with like a nasty punch. Like I think I think Austin Hubbard is gonna get pinned against the cage, shoot a panic takedown. Rongzhou pushes him off, backs him against the fence, rips a lead hook and an uppercut, and just rips multiple punch combinations and finishes off Austin Hubbard like that. I'm gonna say round 2 or 3. I'm gonna say late round 2. He gets Austin Hubbard out of here. I also think he'll probably get a performance bonus. Rongzhou is actually not bad. I severely looked over him. He's pretty damn good. I just rewatched that fight with Cody Steele again. I was gonna pick him by decision, but looking back, 54% of his wins are by KO, 27 by submission. So most of his dang wins are by finish, by KO submission. So he also has a DQ win. But yeah, he's pretty damn good. He also came off road to the road to the UFC, the Chinese thing that they do for the prospects. So that's pretty good luck too. And I think Rong Zhu will actually get a big name opponent. Not a big name, but I think he'll get a good step up after Austin Hubbard. Austin Hubbard isn't bad though. Like the grappling's good. If he can take down Rong Zhu, then it gets a little dicey. Like we haven't seen Rong Zhu off his back recently in the UFC, so we don't know how good he is off his back. We don't know how good he is if you put him in side control. We don't know how good he is if you get on his back. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a question there. But um, maybe Austin Hubbard takes him down. But I think this is going to be Rong Zhu's fight. He's a minus 290 favorite. Yep, he is. And they have the same reach, so reach is the same. He's also younger than Austin Hubbard by quite a bit. So, yeah, give me Rong Zhu. Next fight, Loner Kavanaugh versus Charles Johnson. This fight should have been on the main card. Nobody can tell me different. This fight definitely should have been on the main card. Loner Kavanaugh, 26. He's 9-0. Charles Johnson, 34, 17-7. Um, would love to see Charles Johnson win here. Never. I'm a fan of Loner. He's pretty damn good. His striking's cool. He's got great power in his hands. The wrestling was on display his last time against Felipe dos Santos. He got split open pretty bad, but the blood didn't seem to affect him. He seemed like he was like, all right, it's part of the game, which is definitely a good sign. But I mean, Charles Johnson, bro, has a dicey, almost gets cut, was 1-2 in the UFC, and then he goes on a 3-fight losing streak. Or he was 2-1. He goes on a 3-fight losing streak. Needed to keep his job against Maxim, who's undefeated. Beat Maxim, beat Jake Madley, slept Joshua Van, who's the #1 contender now. He was down 2 rounds, came in 20 seconds in round 3, hit him with the nastiest uppercut, KO'd him. And then he beat Sumadarji. And then his last fight lost to Ramazan Temirov, which he could have won. Round 1, definitely Temirov won. Round 3, without a doubt, Johnson won. Temirov's gassed out. Round 2, depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for damage, I'd go Temirov. If you're looking for control of the ring or control of the octagon, if you're looking for output, I'd go Charles Johnson. Depends on what you're looking for. Ramazan Temirov got that win, and then he got popped for PEDs. So we don't even know if he was on PEDs for that fight. But Charles Johnson's back. That was back in March. He's already back. It's August. He's fighting Loner Kavanaugh. This is my thing. Loner's a minus 215 favorite. This is a 50-50 fight. Loner on the Contender Series got like a KO in like a minute or something. It was a nasty KO. 2.5 minutes, but it was a nasty KO. His next fight, he fought Jose Ochoa. A lot of people thought he was going to go out there and sleep him. Quite competitive. Ochoa's his debut. He's a good striker, but even in the grappling, Ochoa was getting the better, and it was like, Ochoa's grappling is definitely dicey. I think we've known that now with his thing against Asuma Almapayev. And then they threw him a free fight with Felipe dos Santos. They threw him a fight. They said, here's someone you can highlight real KO. He took him to a 29-28 decision. It was dicey again. The grappling was wearing on Kavanaugh. He showed good grappling, but it definitely was messing with his gas tank. I'm gonna go Charles Johnson, but he needs to fight like this is a 3-round fight. This is my problem with Charles Johnson. He has personality, amazing. He knows how to market himself better. He's been ranked before, so he's fought some top guys. Great. He treats every fight like a 5-round fight. This is a 3-round fight. You're on the prelims. You need to shoot out from round 1. Stick to your game plan and get active in round 1. Loner is active, but he's not he's not like a Marab. He's not like a Charles Johnson. He's not like a Volkanovski. He won't throw a lot of output. He'll throw some output. He'll definitely hit you. He'll do some damage, but he's not gonna fire shots off like Anthony Hernandez. He won't do that. Charles Johnson will. We've seen his fights before, and time again. That was a lot of times, but we've seen it time and time again. And I don't know how long we don't know how long Kavanaugh deals with that. He's 9-0. He has 9 pro fights. He has not been in this game for long. I mean, Charles Johnson has a 3-inch reach advantage, and he's 5 inches taller, and he has way more UFC experience and just MMA experience in general. I'm gonna go Charles Johnson by decision, 29-28, split decision. Honestly, Charles Johnson always goes split decision, which is you are leaving up to the judges, but I think Charles Johnson did learn from that Temirov fight. He started too slow, and that he's better than Temirov. I would pick Charles Johnson to beat Temirov in a rematch because he has better skills, he has better fight IQ, and he has better gas tank. But he didn't get started till like 2 minutes in a round 2, and it's like pretty much damn near half the fight's gone. You got to catch up in a sense. And you can't do the thing against Leonard Kavanaugh. If you let Leonard Kavanaugh get ahead of you, he's going to stay ahead of you and you're going to lose like that. Like, people, I don't want to say people are overrating Leonard Kavanaugh. I'm just not completely sold on him. He comes out here, flatlines Charles Johnson. He comes out here, knocks out Charles Johnson. Give him a top 15 guy. Give him a top 10 guy. I don't see him doing that, though. I think this is a very close fight, a 50-50 fight. I'm barely leaning Charles Johnson on this one. I love Charles Johnson, big fan of him. So I think Charles Johnson's going to come out here and give Leonard Kavanaugh his first loss and get back on that winning streak, and then we can get a top 15 opponent again. So give me Charles Johnson. Feature prelim: Machate versus Gage Young. The betting line's pretty even. I'm going Gage Young, though. Going Gage Young by decision. 29-28, maybe even a 30-27. Machate's older by a couple months. They're both 25. And Machete is an inch and a half reach advantage, and he's 3 inches taller. So he has some advantages. But Machete hasn't fought in almost a year. His last fight against Nicholas Smota, he almost got KO'd like 3 times. Kept getting hit on the chin. Fight before that, he went to a split decision with Gabriel Benitez, who's old. That's not good. He had 2 losses before that. He has a really good win over Steve Garcia, but that was back in 2022. He did, and that was at lightweight. So there's different circumstances. And Gage Young's 0-1 in the UFC, but he fought Evan Elder, man. Evan Elder's good. He's fighting Tom Nolan. Evan Elder is quite good. It looks like Gage Young was meant to fight in some other promotion back in May, but the fight got canceled. Oh, I think that's for the Evan Elder fight. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm picking Gage Young by decision. I think Gage Young's gonna have the advantage in the boxing. I think he hits harder. If we're going to experience, Machete has 2 more fights than Gage Young, but he's definitely has the more UFC experience. He's had like, I believe, 4 or 5 fights in the UFC. He's had 5 fights in the UFC. He's 2-3, so I think this one could definitely help him. But at the end of the day, I just think Gage Young has a better fight IQ. The interesting for this is how does the grappling look? We don't really know. I mean, that fight with Evan Elder for Gage Young is mostly striking. He just got outstruck. He did some damage to Evan Elder, though. It was a great fight. That was a fight of the night. That was a scrap. He definitely looked impressive. I liked how Gage Young was able to defend, be defensive, like smart, and then throw his offense back. Cut off the timing of Evan Elder. That was smart, and I think doing that against Machete will work. Maybe he finds a late finish. Machete, his chin is weird. He's not really that durable, but he gets dropped, but he won't get knocked out. It's one of those things. And I think Gage Young's just going to get a decision. I think it should be a scrap. Machate's a close underdog, so maybe I throw some money on him. Probably not, though. I'm probably not going to bet on this card. But if you're looking for like a small underdog that might cash, Machete could be an option. I'd lean Gage Young, though. Yeah, he's younger, longer, or he's younger and yeah, he's younger and just has better fight IQ. But I guess height and reach for Machete does count because it'll help him stay longer. He'll be able to touch Gage Young where Gage Young can't touch him. But I don't think that's really gonna help. So yeah, give me Gage Young. I'll say 30-27 decision. Main card opener: Kiefer Crosby versus Tylilik Nurkazai, I think. Wait, New or Z? I don't know, bro. Anyway, I'm taking Tyliki by KO in round 1 or 2. Kiefer Crosby, bro. He got submitted by Kevin Jusset. Jusset's not submission race. He's a knockout. So he's 10-5 too. It's weird. He Kiefer Crosby's not UFC level. I'm gonna keep this very simple. Kiefer Crosby is not UFC level. His striking's good. He is a striker. He fought in a YouTube boxing match like while under UFC contract a while back. He lost, I believe. I actually do believe he lost that. I actually don't know. Did he? I need to check. I don't know if he lost, but yeah, I don't like that he's doing boxing. Oh, here it is. No, he won. Yeah, he beat Aaron Chambers. Anyway, who cares? It's a boxing match. He won by decision too. That's unimpressive. But yeah, uh, Tyliki, he's very wild. He leaves his chin open a lot. So maybe Kiefer Crosby, if he has the right game plan of step back, shoot, and being able to counter smartly and time it perfect, maybe he has a chance to sleep him. That's always an option. 4-ounce gloves. But I think Tyliki's going to come out here and put the pressure on Kiefer. I think Kiefer will clip him with some shots. I think body kicks are there too for Kiefer. Knees up the middle. But at the end of the day, Tyliki has the advantage. He has the way better record. He's 11-1. He's taller, and he has a 5-inch reach advantage. He's taller, but if he leans down, the knees are there. Like I said for Kiefer, knees are also there for Tyliki because he's taller. He'll be able to get that knee up to the chin more effectively. And I gotta go. I definitely am saying his name wrong, but gotta go Tyliki by KO round 1 to 2. Um, yeah, I'm gonna say a body shot. I did see in one of Taliki's fights. He was ripping dude up with body shots, body hooks, front kicks to the body. I'm gonna say a body shot, like a hook to the body, late round 1, early round 2. So yeah, next fight, Sumu Darji versus Kevin Borjas. Like both these guys, both fun to watch. Sumu Darji's fought some good guys like Charles Johnson, and he's coming off a win over Mitch Raposo. He's fought Tim Elliott, who just got a good win, fought Mike Snell. So he's coming off a good win over Mitchell Brosa. It was a split decision. I clearly thought Sumijoji won, but he has a tough test here with Kevin Borjas. Borjas came in 0-2 in the UFC. His last fight in Mexico against Ronaldo Rodriguez. A lot of people thought he was getting thrown in there to lose. Boy, were we wrong. He beat the hell out of Ronaldo Rodriguez. Beat his body up, beat his head up, pause, beat his legs up, knees to the body, elbows in the clinch, out grappled him, stopped most of the takedowns, and dropped him multiple times. It was a phenomenal performance. And either man can knock each other out here. I'm going to go Kevin Borjas by TKO. No, I'll go by decision, man. Sumerdaji is the slight favorite, and I was originally leaning Sumerdaji by decision, but he's 29. Boris is 27. Sumerdaji is definitely taller. He's taller by 3 inches and has a 4-inch reach advantage. So front kicks to the body. You know, I've seen Sumerdaji throw a flying knee or two. Maybe maybe he could land one. I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna do that though. Boris' wrestling isn't bad either. His gas tank isn't horrible. He gassed out really bad against Joshua Van, but Joshua Van will rip you apart. He will box your head off from second one to second a million in the fight. So yeah, that's not a bad loss. In the fight before that, I believe it was Alessandro Costa. He got TKO'd by leg kicks, so that's not good for Borjas. Sumerdaji does have good calf kicks, but that was over a year ago, man. I'm gonna go Borjas by decision. I'm gonna say 29-28. I think he's gonna be able to rip the body against the cage. Like if he can put that pressure on Sumerdaji, slip kind of like Mike Tyson, get in, shoot the knees to the body, and be able to keep Sumerdaji's back against the cage. I think you'll be able to keep him against the cage and rip some boxing combinations. If Sumerdaji tries rushing in, get in the clinch, land an uppercut, land a knee to the head. So, but yeah, like I said, Sumerdaji could land some front kicks to the body, could throw a high kick, flying knee, throw some longer range weapons, stick with the simple 1-2s to keep Borjas at range, and then shoot a takedown if he feels pressured. Try to mix it up like that. But I'm gonna go Borjas. I'm gonna go the underdog here. Um, I just think he has better fight IQ, and I think he just hits harder, and I think he'll be able to eat with Sumerdaji hits him with better than what Sumerdaji. You know what I mean? He'll take the punches better than Sumerdaji will, and I think that's why he'll win. And Sumerdaji gets split open really easily, so that's that. So yeah, give me Borjas by decision. Um, yeah, give me that underdog. Featured fight: Sergey Pavlovich versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Fun fight. Wouldn't have minded this 5 rounds to be honest. Going Pavlovich. Going Pavlovich. Just see Waldo winning. He started off a boxer. He's got a brick head, bro. He's got a titanium skull. So, maybe he's able to eat what Pavlovich throws him, but he's a couple months older than Pavlovich. He's on his way up. One thing I don't like about Waldo, though, was he kind of got outstruck by Sergey. I thought he won, to be fair. He's never been finished either, so that's something. But kind of thought he won against Sergey Pavlovich, but Pavlovich did hit him. He did hurt him quite a bit. But he also has some good wins over Robels. The Spain looked pretty good in the grappling, so maybe try to mix it up against Pavlovich, and he knocked out Ron Span. So I guess that's cool. Well, Pavlovich hits way harder than anybody's ever fought. Pavlovich lost his debut to Aspinall and then went on like a 6-fight KO streak, sleeping everybody. KO over Curtis Blades round one. Round one KO over Tatu Vasa. Round one KO over Derek Lewis. Round one KO over Shamil Abdulmahirov. Um, so yeah, round one KO over Maurice Green, and round one KO over some other guy. But yeah, Pavlovich 19-3. Waldo is 14-1. So he's only suffered one loss. It was to Marco Rogerio de Lima, who's not even in the UFC anymore. He got cut over like some PED thing. But Pavlovich has a 6-inch reach advantage, dude. He's an inch shorter, but he has a 6-inch reach advantage. And he's gonna be quicker on the feet. He's gonna hit harder. His striking's better. Grappling, I would give it to Waldo. And Waldo's a physical dude. Like Waldo gets you in the clinch, he's gonna be physical and rough you up and hit you with a lot of knees to the head and to the body, which definitely could sap Pavlovich's gas tank. But I think Pavlovich is gonna get him out of here. If this is the Pavlovich of old that walks forward, walks through the punches, throws them hooks, rips that body, knocks you off balance with a calf kick, and then hits you with a 1-2 after, he'll get Waldo out of here. But I'm gonna go Pavlovich by decision. Don't think it'll be that Pavlovich, but I think Pavlovich will just be able to. He has a good takedown defense. Obviously, he got knocked out by Aspinall and then got lost to Volkov. But his last fight against Rosenstrike, um, he showed really good grappling. I don't know why. He could have slapped. He could have knocked out Rosenstrike. Rosenstrike's chin is a little iffy, and I think. But at the end of the day, Rosenstrike is a rangy kickboxer. But Pavlovich's takedown looked good. Him in the clinch looks good. His boxing looked pretty decent in that fight still too. And yeah, I think he's just gonna. I think Waldo's top is like a top five. I don't think he's getting in that top three where Pavlovich is. And yeah, I think Pavlovich is gonna get it done. I'm gonna say 29-28 decision. Maybe Waldo, takes round three. Pavlovich does slow down a little bit as the fight goes on, and Waldo showed a really good gas tank even in that war with Spivak. So maybe Waldo takes round three. But I think rounds one and two, Pavlovich will get the striking, pushing off the defense, being able to stay technical in the clinch and just do that right stuff. So give me Pavlovich by decision. Co-main event, 5-round fight, 5-round co-main. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. I love me some Brian Ortega, but I'm going Aljamain Sterling. Um, Aljamain is older. He's an inch shorter, but he got a 2-inch reach advantage. And Ortega is weird. He lost to Max Holloway, came back and looked amazing over Korean Zombie. Got beat up by Volkanovski, got injured against Yair. Comes back damn near 2 years later against Yair in a rematch. Injures his ankle during the introduction. Still wins by submission. And his last one at UFC 306 got beat up badly by Diego Lopez. Almost slept out cold, but he got almost dropped with a punch. And as he's falling, got hit with a lead hook and woke himself back up. It's fighting Aljamain Sterling, former UFC bantamweight champion. Wins over Piotr Jan. Win over TJ Dillashaw. Win over Henry Cejudo. I don't know why I can't think of people. Win over, of course, Sandhagen. Submitted him in the first round. That's big. And then he gets knocked out by O'Malley. Stoppage rule. I was happy. I love O'Malley. Moves up to featherweight and he's 1-1. Fought Calvin Kattar. Like 10-8'd him in the rounds with grappling. Worked him, beat him up on the ground. If Calvin got up, he took him right back down, slammed him. And then he fought Movsar Evloev back in December. Fun fight. I actually thought Aljamain won. To be honest, kind of thought he did. I'll have to rewatch it, but based on the last time I watched it, I thought Aljamain won. Could have won either way. Not mad at the decision. But the grappling was phenomenal in that fight, and I think the grappling here will also be phenomenal. But I think Aljamain will get the better, and we all know Ortega loves his guillotine. He especially loves the triangles. T City Ortega, Triangle City. He's a big underdog here. Alja's a big favorite, -305. And I'm gonna take Aljo by TKO. Ortega's been in some 5-round fights, obviously against Korean Zombie, Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Yair. Aljo's been in some 5-round fights. O'Malley, Piotr Jan twice. TJ Dillashaw, Henry Cejudo. He's been in more 5-round fights than Brian Ortega, and he's big for 145. Like not like tall, he's bulked. Aljo is a bulked up dude at 145. He's physical, he's strong. His striking is majorly improved. He outstruck Movsar Evloev on the feet and looked really good against Calvin Kattar. With the calf kicks, the spinning back kick to the body on the feet, which I thought he would look outclassed against Kattar on the feet, but we ended up seeing Aljo. His body shots are good with the kicks. His calf kicks are good. His technical, like 1-2, his uppercuts, they're good. He's all right in the clinch as well. Ortega's pretty decent in the clinch. He can land some nasty uppercuts. Like if you try breaking out the clinch, he'll hit you with a nasty uppercut. He got some good knees. But Aljo can also trip you. He's got some good trips in the clinch. Um, maybe Ortega, maybe Aljo slips up in the later rounds and gets triangled, but I think Aljo's got better fight IQ than Ortega. I think he's more durable than Ortega. I think he's got more mental fortitude, more time in the game left than Ortega. Ortega's kind of already checked out. You can tell by like his interviews. No disrespect, love Ortega, but like something's off. He's calling himself Wartega now, Brian Wartega, because he's ready for war. So maybe he comes in with a win. But based off past fights, bro, I think Aljo's gonna outclass Ortega on the feet. I think he's gonna TKO him, ground and pound, around 4 or 5. I think this first round will definitely be interesting. Because Ortega's last fight he did look out of shape, and that's kind of why he got beat up. But even against Lopez, round 3, he was still clipping Lopez a little bit. Of course, Lopez we've seen can go 5 rounds, so his gas tank's pretty all right. I think Aljamain's better than Lopez when it comes to fight IQ and gas tank. So yeah, I'm gonna take Ortega by TKO. I think he'll be able to tire out Ortega. Or yeah, I'm gonna take Sterling by TKO in round 4 or 5. I think he's gonna be able to tire out Ortega with the pace. He's got good head movement. He's able to slip in and out. He's able to keep on that back foot. I think if Ortega's pushes off a takedown, I think Aljo could throw a jab and go right back in, just try to work him like that. And I think Ortega will melt. I think he'll melt to that pressure. I'll take Aljo by TKO round 4, ground and pound, on the back, just laying shot after shot after shot, and Ortega kind of just like, all right, I've had enough. Cool, you got that. So give me Aljamain Sterling by TKO. Main event: Johnny Walker versus Ming Yang Zhang. Man, I love Johnny Walker, bro. He used to be one of my favorite fighters, but he's kind of inactive nowadays. He's been getting knocked out a lot, and he's fighting Ming Yang in China, bro. He's not winning. I mean, he's 7-6 in the UFC. His last fight he got over a year ago, so I do like the time off because he was kind of running with fights. He got brutally KO'd by Volkan Oezdemir with an uppercut. It was nasty. He was meant to fight Bogdan Goskov and Azamat Mizukhanov, which are not fun fights for him. He would have gotten knocked out. Thank God they both got canceled, but now he's fighting Ming Yang, another great boxer. Ming Yang is 19-6. I believe like all his wins are in the first round. I think so. I don't think there's one fight that has he went to decision before? Let me check. All of his wins are in round 1, man. Yeah, they're all in round 1. I'm picking Ming Yang by KO in round 2. Walker's really tall, and he's definitely going to throw some flying knees. He's going to throw some fun stuff. He's 6'6", Ming Yang 6'2". Walker's has an 82.3 inch reach advantage, so he has a 7.3 inch reach advantage over Ming Yang. But Ming Yang's minus 395. He looks pretty damn good. Broke Anthony Smith and busting him up bad, and just stopped him with elbows and punches on the back in round 1. His last fight at Kansas City in the co-main. He looked good, but I think Walker could definitely have some success in the clinch, especially with knees to the head and elbows. He got some nasty elbows in the clinch, and Walker could whip some body kicks, whip some head kicks. But if Ming Yang gets in range, I think he's gonna touch that chin and put Walker out. So give me because Ming Yang's power is amazing. He's got good elbows. The grappling's all right. He's got some submission wins. Johnny Walker's got some submission wins. Choked out, or didn't choke out, but tapped out Ian Kutalaba a couple years back on a pay-per-view. I believe 279. So that's an all right win. But I think Ming Yang's just gonna keep that pressure on him. I actually do think Walker might get the first. I think he'll be able to keep Ming Yang at range with the front kicks, the jabs, feinting, flying knees, and Ming Yang will be like, all right. Let me settle in. And then round 2, like halfway through round 2, Walker's gonna start getting a little overconfident. Ming Yang's gonna time something. Boom, overhand. Walker's gonna go down. And when Walker gets KO'd, it's not like he gets dropped. He gets put out cold. And I think Ming Yang has the power to actually like sleep him pretty nasty. So yeah, I know Ming Yang wants to fight Yuri next. I highly doubt that's happening unless if Yuri loses to Khalil, which kind of think he will, then maybe. But um, I think Ming Yang's gonna get this win in his home. It's his home country. He's main event. He's got that spotlight. He knows the pressure. This is first main event. Walker's been in some main events, so that Walker's used to. Cool, I'm in the main event. I'm that main thing, and this is Ming Yang's first time. But he's in China. Everybody loves him. His Instagram is always funny. His Twitter is always funny. He's definitely got some personality, which we need in light heavyweight, and I think he'll pull through. So yeah, give me Ming Yang Zhang by KO in round 2. But that was my predictions for UFC China Walker versus Zhang. Appreciate y'all watching. Let me know your predictions in the comments, and I'll catch y'all later.
I can't see nobody stopping us. Yeah.